Cheba's back, everybody!
And now, please welcome our stylist.
and then everything went down.
Being creepy is just so manly. That's for man.
He's a comedian first.
I got
and a Stalinist second.
Yeah, but you shouldn't believe propaganda. You should believe in facts. And you believe in propaganda, and that's why you're stupid. I'm not sure he understands how social media works.
All I'm saying is, if you can last longer than 20 minutes in an Andrew Lloyd Webber production, you're a better man than I.
You want to talk about Russian stand-up?
Hey, haters! There you go. Yo, welcome to the show. Cheba is back. He back, yo!
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, give me a touch.
Hey,
How you doing? Good to see you. What's going on? What the devil has been going on? Hey?
As I said already, I'm busy as donkey. I'm just.
I saw you doing the
impressions.
The impressions.
I tried.
Not bad. You want a slap? You want a slap? That's your go-to. Do you want a slap, mate? Do you want a slap? That's your go-to Cockney expression. That's great.
I tried. Well, I mean, everything's going just great, and I like it, and I'm really busy, but I'm very happy that we're still doing our stuff, doing our podcast, and your show is going.
Can I just point something out? When everything's going well,
see,
that's not really good for comedy. See,
Yep.
see, that's the great. You've become a successful comedian. Like, I don't have anything to talk about anymore. You're going to run out of material. Be careful not to run out of material. So I went to this. I quite like going to these American diners. Right?
Yeah.
You get a big milkshake and everything like that. In fact, I just want to tell everybody, I try to point out, like, if I'm ever in a coma or if I'm in a machine or something like that, and you're like, you don't know, I want you to get like an Oreos milkshake with bananas, Oreo cookies, bananas, right? Get a nice big long thing, straw, put it in my mouth, okay? And then switch the machine off, okay? And that really, I'll die. I'll be happy, right? That's what you got to do. Anyway, so I went to this place. I stuffed my face with this 1950s American food.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm just kind of, I can't get anyone's attention to pay, right? They're just ignoring me. The hostess, she sees me, but just walks past me.
But she's not paying attention.
Do you not pay attention, right?
You wanted to pay.
Well, I wanted to pay. You're not pay. And then the guy behind the bar, he's turned around. He's just chatting with his friend over there. Right? He's just chatting with his friend with his back turned to me.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there, kind of like this, trying to get attention of somebody who works in this place. It's in the afternoon. And then a certain period went by, okay, where I was just thinking, well, if nobody wants to take my money, then, I'm just going to go, right?
Yeah.
Now there's a certain period after which that becomes the case. Usually about 6 seconds. No, I'm joking, but right. But I was just like, okay, well, if nobody wants, and I could see the video cameras are looking at me. So I played up to the video cameras. I was just like so that when they watch it later, I'm just like, I take out my card and start waving it around, and I just got up.
Really?
And I just slowly walked out of the.
And you just left.
And I just left.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because I may be breaking a legal contract, but they are breaking another contract by not coming to get the money that they want. That's not how it works. Do you know what I mean? They can't even complete the circle of taking an order, providing the food, and getting the money for it. And anyway, I've got some news.
Maybe they thought you were American. Americans don't pay in diners.
Automatically, I get a free milkshake.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's some great news.
Yeah.
I drove past it the other day. It's closed. It's not there anymore. Hey!
Well, can you imagine? They're out of business. Nobody's paying for food and for milkshakes. And they just like, we don't know how it works, but we're so bad. We're out of business.
Yeah.
That's it.
Are you trying to make me feel guilty about it closing down? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's your
good. They want to get onto their recruitment. That's what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to give a shout out. I forgot to give a shout out to the people who have been listening to us the last few weeks. We have got a ripple in Brazil.
No.
Brazil. Hello, Brazil.
Oh, Brazil.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hello, you lot. Hello. Nice to have you. Ukraine, as always. More and more in Ukraine. Big up you guys. Love ya. Vietnam. Vietnam. Hello, everybody in Vietnam.
I wouldn't imagine this party when everybody's in the room. Brazilians, Ukrainians,
Isn't that great?
Vietnamese, all there. Well, it sounds like a nice party. Not very rich, but very
probably just just
very emotional.
Just
more emotions.
Just get a room, back room in McDonald's or something like that. Yeah. And Belarus as well. Belarus, we're with you. We know Baldy Man is under pressure. I was reading somewhere now, so that's good, isn't it? I was in this bar, and my friend brings this girl. Actually, it's one of his girlfriends. It's not his girlfriend. It's one of his girlfriends. He's one of these kind of guys. Mm-hmm. And he comes to the bar with her, and then he just leaves her. She just sits there by herself. So I just talk to her from time to time, just because I feel a bit sorry for her, because she just kind of gets dragged along. And I saw her the other day, and there she is, as usual, sitting by herself. Mm-hmm. And she says to me, "Hey, you know what, Steve? I've got a friend who's come to stay with me from St. Petersburg. And I was just saying the other day, we've got to introduce her to Steve. Mm-hmm. Yeah, got to introduce her to Steve." I'm like, "Well, thank you that's very nice. All right, that sounds good. How old is she? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, she's recently divorced, except she got divorced in September. So, boo-hoo-hoo, and, la, la, la. But, yeah, she's here for a week, so, maybe." And I'm like, "All right, cool. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. Have you got a picture? Got a picture?
Yeah.
Everyone's got a picture these days, and everyone's got a picture." Uh-huh. She shows me her Instagram account, right? First picture, second picture, not really my type, but never mind. I'm looking like she's pretty. Then the first picture, she's kind of like in a wedding dress, right? She's like in a big white dress in a field of flowers. Pictures taken. It looks like a wedding photo, really. Yeah. But just her. Uh-huh. Right? Then you keep swiping. Then there's another one. She's got a white dress. It looks like another wedding photo.
So you just saw the reason of divorce.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm just like, what's she getting at here? I'm like, yo, are these from the didn't she just get divorced? What I don't understand. What's the message she's sending out into the universe here? I don't understand. Like, well, it didn't work first time, but hey guys, I'm ready to go again.
Yeah. I'm still got this dress. If you don't mind.
I haven't thrown it out yet. So, just shooting a flare out into the sky. Yeah. I just found it really creepy, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? People don't call women out for being creepy, by the way. That's a bit of a thing I have.
It's just being creepy is just so manly. I mean, that's for men, because if women just
you would have thought so.
Yeah, I mean, just when women she acts that's crazy. You just think, well, she's so interesting person. Yeah, she's so untypical, and she's so progressive. Yeah, see how she's dressed. That's the way she live. She's not like everyone else. She's not ordinary. Yeah. But when we're speaking about man, it's just, oh, dude, you're just creepy. Get the f*** out of here. You're just creepy. I think. I mean, every day I meet some new crazy person in the Instagram, and I've tried to block them everywhere. I got
How
a
often
huge
do you block someone?
every day. I got a huge blacklist. Really? Yeah, in every social media, and especially number one is Stalinists because they don't want to accept the idea of somebody's against their leader. And after Dude's interview, it's a huge number of them. Really? Yeah, in my blacklist. Sometimes I just save their pictures, their faces, just to see them, and that's like my every day's 5 minutes of anger. I just look at them like, well, that's the face I don't want to be friend with. So that's I should be opposite of that point of view. No. And also some people from, sometimes it's from different places, but today, for example, that was a person from Kazakhstan, and she's like, oh, you everywhere you say you love Kazakhstan, but what about Urgant? You was there and you didn't say about Kazakhstan, so get the hell out of here. And just so aggressive. Like, what is your problem? Yeah. I mean, what is your problem? Yeah. I just block it. But I gotta show you a few faces of Stalinist persons. Just make sure you understand. I don't know how you imagine them. How you imagine modern Stalinists' face? Well,
Kuksa, isn't it? Did you talk to him?
Yeah, I talked.
How did that go? You still talking? You still friends?
With Kuksa?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're pretty fine. Well, don't forget he's comedian. So when person is comedian, anyway, he's Stalinist or not, he's just he's a comedian first. I got a Stalinist second. Yeah. I gotta show you two types. Okay. But they are very basic. I don't know. Well, you just describe it. This is type number one. Okay. Yeah, see? Idiot. He's got a beard and all the signs, and this is Novorossiya and everything. And he's just dressed. And so this guy sent you a picture of... He sent you some angry... And this is the second guy? This is the second one. This is more serious. And he's working on the channel. He's the channel Tsargrad. He's like an expert. So what did these guys? Let's talk about this. The first guy, what did he do? He wrote you on. That's funny, by the way, because they one of them he wrote me like, you don't like Joseph Stalin, right? And I said, yeah. And he's like, oh, in that case, I hope you're ready for that. And send me just Stalin pictures. and I just look at them and like, what do you expect me to do after all that? They just Stalin pictures, not like naked Stalin pictures, not just Stalin pictures. New genre, Stalin porn, dictator porn. So yeah, you just Google it and just Stalin picture, send it. Well, I'm not sure he understands how social media works. This is the guy with the beard. Yeah. The second guy, who's an expert, he wrote an article about me and this interview. Did he really? Yeah. And that's so funny. You got to send that to me too. Yeah, if I'll find it, I'll send you. Wow. But and did he got in touch with you or not? Yeah, both of them. But I remember the name of the article, and it calls two midgets, arguing about the giant man. That's the name of the article. Yeah. And me and Yuri dudes really stupid faces, like we just like total idiots. and behind of us, like a huge statue of Joseph Stalin. I was like, wow, that sounds really, really professional, like a professional article, and that makes me feel that I have to write and do this concert. I told you I want to do it, and I want to do this concert this year. I mean, in the end of the year, it's probably winter, 2021. I'll do my concert about Stalin, the whole show about him, and that's inspired me a lot. All those messages.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's on the two types, two guys, but there are a lot of them, and some of them they've got a lot of words to say, and the main message is they like, you're so stupid, you believe the propaganda which says that Stalin was a bad person, but you shouldn't believe propaganda. You should believe in facts. So in facts, you'll see he's a great man, and you believe in propaganda, and that's why you're stupid, and you're just your head is just not working. Your brain is stupid because you believe in propaganda. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Thanks a lot. Just okay. I'm going to be fine now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
And one person, he wrote me, he wrote it to me, but one person just sent me just like a text about this interview and about Stalin. And the reason of my position, he explains as also he found an answer in our podcast, in this podcast.
Oh yeah.
Because I got a friend. I've got an American friend. You're American, by the way.
Right.
I've got an American friend who is also. We don't know what exactly he's doing here. Maybe he is just spreading this propaganda, bad things about Stalin and this, and me. So you were like spreading this disinformation, and you're a professional agent, and me, I'm just stupid, and I'm just listening to you, and I'm like, oh, okay, now I see, and he's not aggressive about me. He's just like, I'm so this boy, me, he just needs help because he just don't know what he's saying. But
so it's the Yankee go home argument.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I really don't care. It's just funny for me, and I don't want to argue. All I want to do is just I want to do this concert, and I want to share my position, and I don't want to be aggressive in the concert. That's my point. I don't want to be. I don't want to say bad words just straight. I just want people to think about that and just maybe push society to discussion of that topic, and maybe if we'll discuss it, we just leave it, and discuss it to live it, discuss it to just throw it away, not to be, because we are living in society, in the world where Joseph Stalin is just among us still, and that's not normal, right? That shouldn't be that way. Like Germans, as far as I understood, they discussed, understood, and just throw Hitler out of their history. So yeah, that was kind of person in our history. But now we keeps going, and it was the bad black pages. So, and we just understood it, and that was a lesson, and we throw it. We don't have a lesson. We just, no, that was good. We just changed it. We just like, yeah, that was that kind of person, but not exactly. But let's correct a little bit. And it's all about exceptions of your personal mistakes, of mistakes as a just human being. When you accept your mistakes, you can groove, you can become better, right? But when you say, no, that was not a mistake, that was kind of planned, and that was a plan, by the way, that's not a mistake. That's not people he killed or a system killed. They just that was, you just don't understand. That was different time. That was different times. That was different. That was planned. Well, I don't believe in that.
Absolutely, man. It's great. It's great. I'm 100% behind you. I lasted 20 minutes in a Andrew Lloyd Webber musical. Are you familiar with this, mother chucker?
I'll tell you the truth now.
So, Starlight Express, Cats.
I
think. Yeah. Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah, of course, I know that. Yeah.
What else is there now? Chess, I think, is his. Mm-hmm. This lame.
That sounds like the most famous.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. These musicals, and I was invited to one, 20 minutes, and I was like,
oh, really?
And it was about Jesus as well.
Oh.
And this was all just such a terrible idea. I should have known not to go there. But listen, all I'm saying is if you can last longer than 20 minutes in an Andrew Lloyd Webber production, you're a better man than I. That's all I'm saying. Holy crap, it's so lame. All you do is play like ba 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 music, which is quite kind of ba, and then just get lots of people dancing. And I can see how that just sucks the masses in. That's why the masses like musicals so much. They're just like going, oh, look, there's lots of people dancing, and the music is it's literally it's like the theatrical version of one of those laser pens for a kitten.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a show or a concert or something, and then after sort of 10, 15 minutes, you just go, oh man, I wish I was sitting a bit closer to the door so I could.
So you wanna talk about Russian stand-up?
Well, I've already had some shade thrown at me over my comments about the state of Russian stand-up.
Yeah,
as pathetic as it was.
Actually, I heard also some comments. About your part of interview.
No
yeah,
way, what happened?
So, well, the same, but they were not very aggressive because they knows we are friends, and they didn't tell me like something like really, what they really think, I guess. But they're like, well, I'd like your interview, but Steve, I don't know him personally, but I don't know, maybe what he said is not 100% fair, because we just like, the jokes about Tinder also funny. Why he is just and jokes about VKontakte also funny. I've got some funny, so it's. I don't know about whom. Maybe you know about whom he said. About whom? Really? About whom exactly?
Do I know who this person is?
No, I don't think so. Well, you probably saw them, but you definitely don't know them than the person.
He's missing the point, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You're missing
I
the
guess
point,
so.
bro.
Because the main thing is they ask, like, I heard it like 4 or 5 times from different persons, and they all in general they said just. Well, he was a little bit rude, but I wanted him to say about whom exactly, last names. I need last names from him, whom he was talking about. It was not about me, right? It was not about me.
How many people did that? How many people said that?
I mean, I heard around 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Yeah. They think it was him.
Yeah.
It's so predictable. Come on, guys. Why are you so predictable and mediocre? That's the point I was trying to make. They're missing the point that I'm trying to make. My point was Can everybody stop being so predictable and mediocre? And then your reaction is to be predictable and mediocre. Молодцы, блядь. Oh, that is so depressing. That is so depressing.
Yeah, that's how it works.
They're even more pathetic.
Because I mean, people who just heard what you say and just and don't think that things you said is not about them because they are not like that. That's
right,
okay.
But of course.
But if you think like, well, that's probably about me, that means you're not sure in your position.
Exactly.
And that's
why can't they see that? Why is that so difficult to figure out?
I think sometimes to see something, you should be a little bit out of out of the situation.
Right.
But when you're inside, you will never see it. It's not a person problem. It's just a person. It's just a problem of point of view, where from where you're looking at that. But I also heard some comments from people who are not really happy about this interview, and they said just, well, it's funny because you're performing with us. We don't have so great jokes, as Steve said in the interview. And like,
so it started with you now, yeah?
Yeah, a little bit, but I mean that's so okay. And those people, they're not definitely my friends or people I never wanted to be my friends.
Exactly.
So that's okay. People who I respect and I know and I love them. I know they don't feel that, and they understand what you meant in this interview. They understand what I meant. Yeah. So that's not a problem at all.
Right.
But reaction I saw, and also I just this concert on YouTube. I just reached 5 million 3 weeks, and and I also see this reaction. It's not very positive. They just like, well, that's not bad. That's not bad. But I think there are some bad places in the beginning, and I mean, and that's okay. But I didn't ask you. Am I asking you? Am I asking you about that? I don't think so. And that also is, I think, the big problem of Russian stand-up, and just like Russian pop culture. This competitive feeling when you try to compete and compare some content in stand-up like in a sports event. Just this concert is better than this one, and that one is just worse than this one. And I don't think that is the way. I think the way is just to do your shit, and that's it. Just do it.
It became much warmer here.
Yeah, right.
And like, this fashion, girls the last few years have been wearing trench coats. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, so
these ill-fitting trench coats. And even though the weather became much, much warmer a few days ago, I looked at it was like 20 degrees. And I just saw this girl and she was still in her trench coat, right? Like she doesn't want to let the trench coat go. Yeah. Because presumably it's very fashionable. By wearing the trench coat, everyone can see how fashionable she is, even though it's 20 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say, like, for me, I don't understand what this fashion is. Why the ladies, beautiful Russian girls wearing trench coats? I mean, why would you do that? And then trench coats traditionally, they for me, the connotation is a spy, right? The spy movie. Dun 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 dun. The spy's in a trench coat. Perverts are in a trench coat. Flashers, on Broadway are in trench coats, and then the police chase after them. Or perverts going to the blue theatres, That's who I associate trench coats with. And then suddenly it just became famous. Suddenly it just became fashionable.
I think that the big question is about fashion at all. And I just met with the fashion those days. Few days ago, I took part in a photo session for a journal, Bazaar
Harper's Bazaar.
Harper's Bazaar,
Yeah.
right?
Ooh,
Ca-
my boy's on Harper's Bazaar now. Hey, haters! There you go. Go on.
So
yeah.
and they invited me on so the photo session was how long do you think?
2 hours.
7 hours.
What?
Yes, I never thought that kind of hours exists in photo sessions, but they like we need like 6-7 hours. I was like, that's
For what?
just for taking pictures and switching my looks. I got 8 different looks.
Right.
And they kept shooting me. Very professionals, by the way, very big professionals. But 7 hours after 5 hours when just like you stand and you don't understand what are you doing right
Are you
now.
getting paid for this?
Actually not, because
So this is for promotion.
that's promotion.
Are
yeah.
you modeling clothes?
Yeah. I mean, I get like 8 or 7 looks. Very fashionable,
Yeah.
very stupid.
Did you turn any of them down? Say, F***, I'm not wearing that.
Yeah.
If it's not real hip hop, then I probably won't. That's my boy. Okay. You said cravat. Did they give you a cravat? And you said, yo, I'm not wearing that.
No.
What
Yeah,
happened?
they-
What happened? Tell me.
They brought me some. They brought me some shit, and yeah, and I just grabbing that, looking at that, and I'm never gonna put it on.
Right. What was it?
Well, they offered me one offer. I said no, exactly.
Yeah.
They said we want you to get dressed in female dress. That's so cool. We got references like, very brutal man in a dress. Wow, that's so provocative and so great. And I said, please no. I was never gonna do that. And they're like, oh come on, and photographer, he's definitely gay. I mean, 100. No, they got no problem with that. But he was like 100. He was screaming about that. He was like, hey. I'm gay, by the way, and just he speaks that way. I mean, we talk about a lot of times. I'm absolutely okay with that. But when you're so okay, that sounds like a big problem of yours. It's not my problem. It's your. So it was like, I don't think you should argue with that because it's cool.
You shouldn't argue with it.
And that's cool.
So look, you shouldn't argue with being told to put a dress on and having your picture taken.
Yeah, and I took a lot of pictures last weekend, like 7 or 8 men in St. Petersburg, all dressed in the dress, and they were so cool. And you know what? I gotta tell you something. They were so cool with that because they are completely sure in their sexuality. And I was like, well, I'm so happy for them.
Did they not see your interview? Did they not hear what you said?
I mean, I'm not sure in their sexuality, by the way. It's great that they are believing that. But, well, I said I'll never put that. And they said, okay, then, okay. And they brought...
You drag! God, you're such a drag! Why can't you just put a dress on, Xenia?
And they...
God, you party pooper!
And they brought... and a few times they brought me stuff, and I was just like, is that a prank?
Like what? Describe it, please. Did you take pictures?
That's the...
Fag hag bitches. God, I hate a fag hag. I really hate fag hags.
And they're like,
I don't have anything against gay people, but I hate fag hags. I hate people who mythologize about like sexual fluidity. It makes me sick.
And I just look at those stuff and the clothes in the room.
Yeah.
And all clothes I look at and they're thinking, well, that's just so ridiculous.
Right.
We're gonna ever use that as a clothes, and they're like, that's exactly what you wanted to wear right now. So can you imagine? That's very, very green t-shirt and yellow pants, and also this huge boots, and we're gonna put you this hat, like white. Can you imagine this white huge hat?
Cowboy hat.
No, I don't want to. I don't know even in Russian how to describe it.
Do they know who you are? Do they know what you do? Do they know anything about you? Why would they dress you up in yellow trousers and green?
I don't know.
What?
Really?
They don't know.
Are
they familiar with any of your work?
The representative of journal, of course, he knows, and he's like, yeah, we know, and that's why we invited you. We like blah blah blah, and we like everything.
It doesn't sound like he knows anything.
But after that, he said, and now please welcome our stylist. and
then everything went down.
Yeah, and he said, and look, they are professionals.
Oh yeah,
and
sure.
and they knows how it should be. So now I'm just left you with all that with a bunch of professionals.
Right.
And they just like, we're not here, who are you? We see, okay, you red hat, great. And if you red hat, you should wear red, okay, on your hat, and on your and what about, where's your gloves? What kind of colored gloves on your hats we put, and just all that way. You should look like a gay cowboy with
what?
No, that's not what they said, but that's
where they were going.
That's what I saw.
God, what's happening to the world, man?
Yeah, and I was like, why is all that? Can I dress something fashionable, but I mean normal?
God, I wish I was there, just watching you going, no.
In the final, they showed me the pictures.
Yeah.
And they were really good.
Okay.
They were really good, and I was dressed well. No female dresses, no gay cowboys, because I pushed them in the fight. Because I pushed them to the idea I wanted, and they finally I broke this wall, and I made them to do this 7 or 8 looks, all plus o menos muy bien para mí. But they were very angry in the end, because they well, yeah, that's nice picture. Photographer, by the way, very good professional, and the problem was not in him. He was working very nice and very clear, and pictures really good. He showed me the pictures in the moment, amazing.
Yeah.
All those stylists, bullshit. They always arguing with me, always trying to put on some new, and I was like, no, that's enough. I don't need hat. I don't want a hat. That's stupid. That's not just what I am.
Yeah.
Now just try. I tried, and it looks ridiculous, and they're like, wow. And I was like, it's not wow. I can see. I've got eyes. I've got a mirror, and I see. That's not I want it looks like. And they're like, oh, you're such a yesterday. In Siberia, that was in total
an
epidemic situation with spice.
Right.
Epidemic. I don't know what would happen here in the western part of Russia,
Right.
but in Siberia, oh my god, because
they had to outlaw it. Yeah, the government had to make it illegal. Yeah,
but it was so easy to get, and it's so cheap, and it's so that just breaks your brain. And I saw so many examples of how people just lose their minds, just screaming, just laying on the floor screaming, and and you see how much pain they feel.
Yeah.
And their friends just standing close to them, just looking at their buddy who's just laying on the floor, and like, no. I saw literally how a person screams like he's burning alive.
Yeah.
That's exactly how he acted. He was like,
isn't it?
yeah, like you don't see fire, but he's acting like he's burning. And the person standing close to him, his buddy, is like, yeah, I want the same.
Hey, don't smoke it all. Oh, wow. Wow.
I had a homie from city Kokstal. It's in Kazakhstan. Nice guy, and he was an actually professional beatboxer. So I've met 2 times professional beatboxers, Sasha and you. So, but Sasha, he was practicing all the time, just day and night,
Wow.
beatboxing.
Nice.
And that was a period when beatbox was not a joke, like 10 years ago.
Sure.
And we decided to do our small project when he was beatboxing and I'm just doing freestyle. And that was kind of our band.
Uh-huh.
And Sasha, he was a hard spice user, and also he sell it.
Right.
And more than that, he was producing all that in his room. Yeah.
Wow.
So he rented an apartment with 2 of his friends. So 3 of them living in one apartment, and Sasha in his room, he was producing spice and selling to his neighbors, and they didn't know that he was the producer. So because he closed the door at nights, he just produced the product. And in the morning, he's like, "Do you want a spice for evening?" They're like, "Yeah." And he just took their money, just lived outside, came back. And there was a bunch of situations. One of them, when we performed in the mayor's office, in front of him, in front of the mayor of the city. They invited us, and we performed, and Sasha was, in the moment, right before we came in, he smoked some spice. And that was so obvious when he stopped during the beatbox in the middle. First he starts slowing down.
Yeah.
That was like a train stopping.
Yeah.
And so I started slowing down,
Right.
and when then he just stopped, and I just freestyling in the silence. And Mayor said, "Thank you so much. Please have a seat. Let's just have a small discussion." And we sit at the table, Mayor, me, and Sasha, who was on Spice addict right now in the moment, and Sasha, he understood what is going on. And he starts laughing and trying to hold it, but at the same time he can't control it, and he starts falling on the table. And the mayor was like, "Are you tired? What happened?" And I was like, "Yeah, he is studying too much. He's just
he's got exams coming up."
Yeah,
so.
and the funny is he was a student on the faculty of chemistry, so
Of course.
actually, yeah. His professional stuff. And then Sasha starts selling everywhere, like very massive. And he told me, "Oh boy, I guess somebody's following me. I see persons who's following me." And here we go. You finally just cracked your head. Who's following you? No, somebody's following me. Somebody's just watching me. I feel somebody's watching me. Like, okay. And then just one morning, he called me and like, "Zheng, from different number. That's now my number, new one. I'm in Novosibirsk, but tonight I'm leaving to Moscow. So I'll see you." I just decided to leave. I just grabbed my passport, took money, and that's it, and just left. And I was like, "Well, that's strange." But the same day, police appeared in his apartment. He lived.
Good man.
And
He's got his instincts about him.
Yes, they found this lab, and they grabbed two of his neighbors to the jail.
His flatmates
Yeah,
went to jail.
yeah.
And they didn't know anything about it.
Well, I guess they
went to jail.
Yeah.
Oh, ow.
Yeah.
Ow. And I'm not just talking about the, dropping the soap in the shower.
Yeah. And the funny is that Sasha, he starts doing illegal documents in Moscow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Художник.
Yeah, and for people from Asia, from Middle Asia.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. And
he's a creative soul,
yeah,
isn't he?
with his brother and his brother and him, they made just a real company where they produced documents, driving license, and one moment they start doing Russian passports.
You're going to prison for so long if they catch you.
They decided like to do. They I don't know how, but they found a way to the system where they mocking people who's dead and just like checking for past. So actually, the system was very simple. They somehow getting all information from passport of the person who died in Russia, and just transfer all this information, name, last name, everything except picture to the new passport and the picture of the person they need. So, and they just give it to you. So you live. If somebody will check you, they see. Well, that's. I see that this person exists.
Yeah.
But if they check, is the person dead or alive? They see he's dead, but nobody usually check it. Like for example, but if policeman stops you and take your passport and just check it, he's like, well, that's all those numbers exist. You exist, person, you're a real one. And they made one passport for, and he offered me all the time, do you want a passport? I just said, no, thank you. I don't need. And he said, well, I got 4 passports.
That's a great scene in the movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're at the airport and they go, judging by our records, you're actually dead. And you just go, me? No! I'm feeling great. Had a little bit of flu last week, but I'm ready to go here, baby. No, I'm fine. How are you?
And they made 2 passports for 2 persons.
Right.
As usual in those system, but those 2 persons, their previous place of job places was ISIS, and so FBI just catch 2 of those persons and catch brother of a friend of mine, but this guy beatboxer, he just laughed. And he's somewhere in Kazakhstan. I don't know. He just deleted all his pages, maybe he's also in the prison, in the jail right now. I don't know. But his brother definitely in jail. They gave him 25 years. And
Sasha's he's like a cat with 9 lives.
Yeah.
But that's 2 down. 7 to go, yo. Wow.
And as far as I understood, the police they killed both of those guys with the newborn passports,
right?
And found the brother just immediately in the same day. Wow! It's just very fast.
There's a movie called Lord of War. Did you see that?
Lord of War.
Lord of War. And it was Nicolas Cage, and they based it on... They based it on Victor Bout.
Yes,
right?
yes.
The arms dealer.
In Africa. Yeah.
So just quickly, he's in Africa a lot with Charles Taylor. So for those that don't know, I really recommend that movie, but just a quick one was that when the Soviet Union broke down, there was a Ukrainian fella named Victor Bout who had access to all of this military equipment that was just kind of falling apart and just kind of lying there, not being used anymore from the Soviet army. We're talking about helicopters, I think jets and tanks, but also a lot of AK-47s, which he then decided to start selling to African dictators and anybody, to the highest bidder, basically. Eventually, the FBI caught up with him, and they even admitted in the movie that the only reason why the American government was so angry with him was because he was too much competition for them. Basically, let's just call it what it is. And then basically, the 5 members of the Security Council of the UN are the biggest arms dealers in the world. So the whole thing is just completely shrouded in hypocrisy anyway, right? So you're not allowed to sell arms to dictators, but we are.
Have to do that to protect democracy.
Exactly. we call it, the British are very good at this, by the way. We call it democracy at the barrel of a gun. Okay, there we go. Ooh. Just do as we say, don't do as we do. So anyway, it was based on Victor Boot. It was a great movie. And I remember thinking to myself, when the credits rolled, when that film ended, I remember thinking to myself, I swear to God, if at the age of 19 somebody had offered me a job in arms dealing,
what would you say?
God damn it, I'd do it, you know? Because you're not doing anything worse than the governments that you vote for. You're not doing anything worse. And I just remember thinking, damn, I'm in the wrong business. I wish I'd got into the arms business as a young man. Like, that would have been the best thing to do. As long as you can get rid of that morality, you'll be fine and you'll make lots of money. So, Sasha, if you're listening, what's the message we want to give to him? What's up? Yo, bro, you got 7 lives left. I don't know. Maybe you're down to 6 or 5. I don't know.
Stop selling slaves.
That's
trade. Also not legal.
Hey, you know what's a good market? Organs. Internal organs. Livers. All right? Livers, eyes. Eyes is big. Okay? Most of your budget goes on ice packs. Wow. Damn. What a character. And a beatboxer too, huh?
Yeah. Great beatboxer. Great character. That's by the way, great character for, I think for, well, you know, for a movie.
Rhythm of the Sausage Part 2.
Yeah, for example. And he's just a person who just doing something really illegal. But in the moment he just gives you, you know, drugs or this you know, documents and taking your money, and it's like
beatboxing fraudster.
And
love
like,
it.
We're cool.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you sound real professional, man.
Cheba's back, everybody.
Bang.
Give me a touch, man. Good to see you.
Thanks, man.
For listening,
for
everybody. We will be back soon. Peace.
Ooh.